not nervous.
So let's just not talk about it.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey, and welcome to our podcast and today's super fun and special episode, an author interview with our very own Joanna Reeder. Hi, Joanna.
Hi.
Woo! Hey, Joanna.
Rose is here with us too, and you guys, if you've been listening to these, you know I love doing the author interviews because, I don't know, they're just like the most fun for me to spotlight one of the queens and just talk about all the book stuff and their lives and everything, which is what we're gonna do here today. So, yay.
Yay!
Exciting. I can't wait.
It's my turn, finally.
Yes, exactly. I'm excited. Yeah, because Rose already had her interview, so you guys know all about Rose. But if you've been with us from the beginning, you have heard Joanna introduce herself, but she's going to do it one more time for all of you new listeners, or if you forgot, like, that's fine too. We won't hold it against you. But go ahead and just tell us about yourself, what you write, what's going on, life. Yay.
All right.
Tell us it all.
Tell you it all. I live in Utah with my husband, and we've got 3 little kids. Little. I still call them my littles, but my oldest is 9. My oldest is adopted, which is fun. Sorry, my husband's texting me.
I'm keeping that in.
And okay, dang it. I told him not to. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So I grew up in Utah, lived here my whole life. I wanted to. When I was in elementary school, you know, they always like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I always said I either want to be an author or an astronaut.
An astronaut?
Yeah, because I love space.
Yeah.
I love it. I took an astronomy class in college. Like, I love learning all things about space. And then when I heard that how hard it would be to be an astronaut, I was like, well, maybe I'll be an astronomer because I like science. Yeah. But anyway, honestly, reading and writing is my first love. So
So you picked a really easy job.
And it's more practical. Oh, yeah. Super easy job. So, yeah. I've been writing
for basically your whole life.
Pretty much my whole life, yeah. Like, I feel like I took a little bit of a break, you know, with all the college stuff because you don't write so much creatively there. But I seriously started writing in 2008. Wrote my first novel. It took me several years and several drafts, and it's still crap, so it's not published. But after my oldest was born, I was actually walking through a cemetery because that's one of my favorite places to take walks.
You were walking through a cemetery.
Yeah,
like, hey, I'm gonna walk through
like
a cemetery.
I was pushing his stroller. That's like my favorite place to take walks is in the cemetery.
That's awesome.
And as I was pushing his stroller through the cemetery, I was like I was like reading all the headstones, and I'm like, I wonder what these people's lives were like. And that's how I came up with the premise of In Her Dreams, about the girl who experiences the memories of the dead in her sleep. And I even got a few of the names from those headstones in that cemetery.
No way.
Yeah. So,
that is so cool.
So it took me a few years to write that, but I became a better writer, and that one was published in 2018, and the rest is history.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. So you are in the middle of your Face series right now, right?
Yes.
So you have book 3 coming December 28th. Let's talk about that series, because that's your recent one.
That's my recent one, yes. So the first book is called Imitating a Fake Queen. It's about a teenage girl who she lost a bunch of her, like, she lost all of her memories about 6 months ago in a car crash. And she's in this new foster family who she loves, and she has a boyfriend who's awesome, and he's also Fae. But she has asked him to, like, never take her to Ferry. She's, like, freaked out about that. Okay. Like, different than most girls are like, yes.
Yeah, take me to Ferry.
Take me to Ferry. Tell me all
I want to go.
I need to know about everything. Anyway, so his brother shows up trying to find him, And he realizes that this girl, her name is Arya, she looks identical to the missing Fae Queen. And he tries to convince her to come to Fairy with him to pretend to be the Fae Queen until they can find the actual queen. And she refuses, and so he kidnaps her and takes her through the portal.
Fun.
And then there's all sorts of shenanigans and trouble and, all this stuff. So, book 3 is called Evading a Fae Queen, and it releases on December 28th.
Yeah.
Wow. That's right around the corner.
Yeah.
No, that's exciting, though. And you said it's not going to be, that's not the last book. Like, there's at least one more to go.
Book. There's at least one more.
Okay. We'll cool. So let's talk about the inspiration behind it, right? Was there anything specific that inspired you to write it besides us wanting all to write Fae?
Well, that was the jump start of all of us wanting to write Fae. I kind of took a lot of it from the Vampire Diaries.
Okay, yes, right.
So Arya is kind of based on Elena, and Sterling, her boyfriend, is kind of based on Stefan. And Tien is kind of based on Damon, but it's not exact.
Mm-hmm.
And I went off from that storyline very quickly. But yeah, that's kind of where it started because, as you all know, that's my favorite show.
Yes.
So it helps me get into it.
Yeah, that's some good inspiration.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what was your favorite part about writing it so far? I know that's such a hard question, right?
That's a hard question.
Every time I ask it, I was like, nobody ever asked me that.
I think what's so hard about it is if I say it, it's a spoiler.
Oh, okay. So let's just not talk about
it. I want to know. Okay, no.
It's romancy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good enough answer to it. Romance.
Okay. Yeah. Because if I say it, if you haven't read book 1, it'll way be a spoiler.
Yeah,
don't say
it.
That's
I've been kind of obvious about things on social media, but not super. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sometimes readers don't pay attention. They just think it's cool, and then they're like, oh, she's talking about the book, but then they're oblivious, to actually what's happening.
That's true.
So maybe you're okay. But anyway, so let's talk about the world, right? So you created this world of Fae. And now you are also writing a Valia book that's based in the same world as a spin-off.
Yes.
That's before this series?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about it a lot.
You've talked about it a lot. But
I love my Valia.
Yes. Let's talk about it a little bit more because
somebody
might be coming to you for the first time in this episode. So I want to give them a chance.
That's true. Okay. So my Valia story, Kindle Valia, which is a serial platform through Amazon. It's called Courting Fae Thieves and Crowns, and it takes place 2 generations before Arya, Sterling, and Tien, with a thief named Amberly, and she's a half Fae from the Summer Court, and they have announced a consort tourney, kind of like a Bachelor type thing.
I love that so much.
So does Joanna.
Yes. I love it, love it, love it.
If we know what my favorite books are. In fact, it's kind of a mix between The Selection and Throne of Glass. Elements.
Ooh.
My favorite elements from both of those books are thrown into it.
Yeah.
So, Amberly, her father is in prison, and the king comes to her and says, I want you to come be a part of this tourney to be a spy to figure out which Fae is the right Fae for the prince. And in return, I'll release your father from prison. So, the prince.
I know. That's wow. That's cool. I love that.
It's so fun. I love it. But the prince, his name is Prince Orion. He's been mentioned in the Ravencourt series, so...
Oh.
Yeah, that is really fun. I love, entwining your series, even across time like that, because, obviously that's, a long time between and stuff, so, that's, a cute little special gift to your readers, oh, hey.
For the ones that are paying attention.
Yeah, exactly.
That is super cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so, do you know how many books, you're planning on doing in that series?
In Valia, I have 3 plotted.
Okay.
Wow.
They're going to be long.
Right.
Because I'm...
Well, you're writing them in episodes. So, like, I feel
Yeah.
like that mindset just changes things.
It
Yeah.
does. It does.
So
I'm about, like, currently it's not quite halfway.
Okay.
And there are 24 episodes up right now.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Well, yeah, we'll be 25. I think 25 this week.
Nice.
So.
And that's not even half.
No, not even.
Wow.
Well, not even half of the first book.
Yeah.
So.
That is so
Are
cool.
you planning on putting them into book form eventually, or are you just gonna keep...
Eventually,
Okay.
But I'm gonna have to tweak a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be different
later.
Once you like.
Yeah, it'll be different. Kristen, one of our other queens, she has been like my editor throughout this. I've had many phone conversations with her about where things should go. And there are certain things that she's like, yeah, you need to tweak that a little bit in the book form. And
Yeah,
I agree.
that's awesome.
So, good things.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's really
just
exciting.
and you know, because the format of a book is so different anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a different reader.
Right.
So,
yeah, exactly.
so.
I also think that
yeah.
when you read episodes, sometimes you kind of like mention things more than you would in the book, because like you want to make sure people are paying attention. So you're like, you're reiterating a lot of things that you wouldn't in the book. Like, no, that it's the previous chapter, like they just read it. But with an episode, it's kind of like, oh, wait, they might have not just read it, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That's really cool, though. I know you're loving it, so that's...
I am. I love it so much.
I just love that you love it. Like, it's just so fun. Like, you can see. Yeah, that's all I have for you. I'm out now. No, I'm just kidding.
Talking more about this Vela episode because I'm so intrigued by it all. Tell me about the whole Bachelor vibe. So it's like, it's got like they're dating. Like, explain
yeah,
to me.
Okay. Okay, so in my world, and I didn't explain this a whole bunch, but in the world of courting fae, thieves, and crowns, there are 5 courts. We've got the summer, winter, autumn, spring, and then the underwater court.
Ooh.
And they have taken 3 fae from each of those courts to be a part of it. So there are 15 total ladies. And it's not just like the Bachelor where they're like going on dates. They have like trials they have to do and go compete to kind of show their skills and their cunning and things like that. So
wow.
So that's kind of where Throne of Glass is getting mixed in, because there was all those trials in that.
Okay.
So
that's fun.
That makes a lot of sense because, you know, I love Bachelor Nation.
Me too.
Yes. I watch all of the shows and I think they're all just so much fun. And to think about you taking that as inspiration for your Fae book, your episodes in Kindle Vela, that's just so clever.
It's fun.
Right,
yeah.
In fact, I don't know if you remember this, Rose, but I asked you all for ideas for like a rose ceremony because I didn't want to
remember that.
Oh, yes.
What Bachelor ceremony. I used your idea. So
Nice.
And that one just released just recently. Like those are the episodes I've been writing lately.
Okay, so
Rose is like, I have to read this now.
She's like, what was it?
What was it? Was it the
It was crystallized sunbeams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is
So thank you, Rose.
Cool. Anytime, my friend. I love that. You know, I haven't really read any Kindle Vela because I just haven't gotten around to it, but I will. Like, I really want to read yours and Kristen's. For sure, for sure.
It's fun. It's a little bit different and
yeah, and for those of us who are, or for those of you who are listening, you do get still the 200 free tickets, right? Or tokens when you sign up.
Tokens.
So that can get you through, you know, a lot of the book, if not the majority of it, depending on the length of the episodes and stuff. So you guys should definitely check it out. And then you read the first 3 chapters for free. So you literally can go check out to see if you even vibe with the story before, like, try it before you buy it kind of thing. But I'll link all of that below so you guys can have a way to just click and see if you want to read more about it, which you should. I read like 7 or 8 episodes so far because I've been really bad about reading anything at all. So
Oh,
sometimes I'm
Yep.
like at work and I'm like, oh, an episode. This will work.
Yeah.
So it's great if you guys are busy. It really works.
it's good for like little bite
Mm-hmm.
size, you know. I think we mentioned this in the last podcast when we talked about it,
Yeah.
but like reading it while you're in the grocery line or reading it while you're waiting for your kids to
Right.
come out to the carpool or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stories on there, a lot
yeah.
of different genres. So
You can find
Nice.
something you
plenty
like
to pick
for sure.
from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. So we're going to segue a little bit because you had a birthday not too long ago and you
did.
posted this amazing blue guitar.
Oh, it's
And
gorgeous.
so I want to ask you about that guitar.
I love it. So writing was my hobby for a long time, and then it turned into my job, which I still love it, but there's that pressure
Yeah.
to it. And so I wanted some sort of hobby. I played the piano as a kid for 10 years. But our house where we're at, we don't have room for a piano because, I mean, that would be easy to just go over and play the piano for a few minutes, but we don't have room for one. And so I thought I never thought I'd ever want to learn how to play the guitar. But for the past year, it's like, I really want to learn how to play because I think that would be a nice little, like, if I'm stuck or have writer's block or whatever, just to step away and play the
Yeah.
guitar for a few minutes and then get back to it. And so, yes, I got a guitar for my birthday, and it's gorgeous. And I
Wow.
found this awesome app that's like easy to learn how to play. And the cool thing about it is that you don't have to know how to read music to do it.
Oh.
And so my two boys, my 9-year-old and my 7-year-old, have been like also learning how to play.
Aw.
What?
And so
How cool is that?
they don't listen to this podcast, but they're both getting guitars for Christmas.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So we're going to be a guitar playing family.
Oh,
I
it.
love that.
That's so
Wow.
fun. So fun.
So can you play, like, what can you play now? Like, you're progressing? 'Cause
Yeah, I
know,
can play
yeah.
a few chords. The cool thing about this app is it has you play along with popular songs. And so you're not like playing everything in the song. You're just playing what you know at a pace you can do. And so I've played like Creep and some Nirvana songs
Okay.
and some Beatles songs. You know, it has like a whole
Right.
of like Billie Eilish, and my son, he was playing Queen, We Will Rock You.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
it was what he likes to listen to music when he's falling asleep. He's like an old soul. He likes old music, like old rock and stuff, which is so funny
Oh.
because
Your 9-year-old or your
my
7-year-old?
my 9-year-old, he loves that kind
Wow.
of stuff. Like walking him to kindergarten several years ago, I have a picture of him. He's got headphones on and he's listening to AC/DC as a kindergarten. Yeah, like this is him. So anyway, the other night I noticed that he has an Echo Dot in his room, and he was listening to "We Will Rock You" over and over, and it like he had fallen asleep to Queen.
Wow.
I love that so much.
I do too. So,
yeah.
does he like to watch documentaries? You know, there's a really cool Beatles documentary right now on, is it Netflix?
I saw
I think,
somewhere, yeah.
I know he has ADHD and some other challenges, so I don't think he'd sit down and like he'd like the music. I bet
Yeah.
starting to like introduce more music to him, but
Yeah, he might like it because it's all about them preparing for their like last concert.
he might
That's
like it if there's
so
lots of
cool.
music throughout it. After
Yeah,
he
there's lots of
enjoys
music.
it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, he's like way more into music than I am. It's just
Maybe
it's
that's
just
gonna be
crazy.
his thing, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And it already
Yeah.
is. So
I love that.
So, do you have a guitar in any of your books?
yes.
There you go.
Thanks again to Rose.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
It's in this most recent book that's going to be releasing soon. There is a blue guitar in there.
Nice.
I love that. Also, I love
Yeah.
now that you're learning how to play it. Like, you have a better understanding of it too. So, like, you can write it, you know, more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean. So that's cool. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, me too. And it already has helped. Like, I do most of my writing while my kids are in school, and I'll write for like an hour, and then I'll take a break and like play it for 10 minutes, and then when I get back to it, I'm fresh, and I can keep going, and
That's awesome.
So it's helping already.
That is so cool. You're inspiring me because, like you, all I do is write, and I need a hobby.
You do need a hobby.
Get one.
I don't have one. Anyway.
I have to think of one for you.
Yeah.
She comes back, she's like, she gets a bass or something, so you guys can start a band.
There you go.
I gotta really think about it.
That's awesome.
So I have another random question for you, Joanna. What about, let's talk about Disney princesses.
Love
if you
them.
Could be, yes. If you could be any princess, who would you be and why?
Like who I want to be, or who do I think I'm
Who do you want to be?
Oh, who do you want to be? Is that the same question?
It's not the same question. I don't think it's the same question.
I was supposed to think of the answer, and I still, Do you know, Rose, who you would be while I think about this?
Cinderella.
That's we
Hands
talked
down.
about this actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
On yours.
Yes.
It's a great question, okay?
It is a great question.
Yeah.
See, my favorite princess as a little girl was Sleeping Beauty.
Oh.
But she doesn't have very many lines in her movie. That's kind of me, though. Well, not so much anymore, but...
You're doing so great.
She's cool. I love her.
That's funny.
I love that her dress changes colors.
Mm-hmm. I saw a TikTok of somebody in a Disney World? No, maybe it was a con, and the girl had made a dress that if she twists when the guy is holding it, it changes into the other color. Like there was like a weird, it was really cool. I was like, it's magic in real life. It looked really cool.
Nice.
You know who I really love now, though, is Raya.
Oh, is that the dragon movie?
Raya, the Last Dragon? Yeah.
I love that movie so much, and I cried so hard in that movie. It was beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe I should watch it.
Oh, you need to watch
it. No, I'm really bad at anything.
It is so good.
Yeah. You guys talked about it, and I was like, oh, I put it on my list. Yeah, it's still on my list.
Super good.
Just like anything else.
Okay, Joanna, I've got another question for you. What is the last movie you've seen?
Oh, that's a good one.
The last movie.
Yeah.
She's like, movies, what is that?
It's like, think about it. Movies.
My husband was working a lot last week, so I was watching a lot of Rain.
Okay.
Because it was like a comfort thing, So I haven't, let's see. I watched a lame Christmas one that wasn't very good.
What? Dune? Did you see Dune?
No,
Did you see Dune?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I need to see it.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list. It's so good. Okay, hold on. I have one more.
Oh my goodness, Rose came prepared.
This is awesome.
So, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
I love The Holiday.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Now, there's The Holiday and The Holidate.
Two different movies.
Are they different?
Yeah.
They're different.
They're different,
Yeah,
right?
The Holiday is like the original, like, not the original. I wouldn't say it's a classic. It's probably a classic by now because everything is just a classic after like 2 years. But it has like Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet and Jack Black and, oh my gosh, Jude Law. I was like, what is his name? I love him. That one. And they like switch houses.
They switch.
Yeah,
okay.
The Holiday is like a raunchy, fake dating. Like they decide to be each other's holiday. Like, so they go for every date. They just go together, but they kind of like hate each other. And so it's like, it's pretty great because they're like, we're not going to be in a relationship.
Really?
Okay, so I loved it. It was very cheesy and it was a lot. But when I watched it, it really hit the spot. So I was like, I don't hate it.
I like cheesy.
Yeah, I like
cheesy is good.
Yeah. But
I like cheesy too. It just has to be
tasteful.
the right one. Yeah. So I had to look it up because I couldn't remember the name of it. One of my favorite like Hallmarky ones is called The Spirit of Christmas.
Okay.
Ooh.
And when you know what it's about, you will know why I love it so much. So it's the main girl. She has to go to an inn that needs to be sold, and they can't sell it because it's haunted by this attractive from the like 1800s ghost.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice.
Yeah. I watched that one recently, actually.
Have you seen that
Yeah.
one?
I mean, I've seen it before, but I was like, ooh, let me just watch this one. My go-to movie on Christmas, actually anytime, is While You Were Sleeping. That's my favorite Christmas movie.
Oh,
I love that
Besides
movie.
Die
love
Hard.
that movie.
I used to
Yeah.
watch that like year round.
Yeah.
Like
That's my
4
favorite
times a
movie.
week.
So, but I'm like, I always forget that it's Christmas movie. So then I'm like, oh,
While You Were
Christmas,
Sleeping?
yeah,
Or Die Hard?
both.
Okay.
But
Both.
but no, While You Were Sleeping, I always
While You're
forget.
Sleeping is probably my favorite movie too.
Yeah, it's so
I
good.
love it.
I
And
love
Bill
it.
Pullman
Yeah.
in his prime. I just can't. Anyway,
I
moving
know.
on. It's so good. Okay, so let's talk about what are you working on next? Are you working on the next book, or are you just gonna do Vela for a while? Like, what's going on here?
I'm gonna do Vela for a little while. The next book will be coming,
Next year.
but I think I'm gonna tandem do them
Yeah.
both. So
That's fine.
once I get caught up with, I'd like to have a bunch of Vela ready to just go, and then I'll
Yes.
work on that one. So yeah,
Makes
so
sense.
still lots of Fae,
All Fae,
still in
all
the
time.
Raven Court world.
I love that. And then my last question for you. Are you ready for this? What are you reading right now?
So I've had a hard time reading
Aw.
lately, but I started reading The Scarlet Rose.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
That book.
And I've
Yeah.
heard that helps people get out of reading slumps. So I'm a little bit into it.
Oh,
but
yay.
I'm loving it so far.
Well, hopefully it does the
Nice.
magic trick for you like it did. I seriously, the couple people told me that, and I'm like, that is the biggest compliment you can give me
It
ever.
is.
So hopefully it works for you. Fingers crossed. But
Yes, I hope
Yeah,
so.
and the cover. Oh my gosh,
know,
that
it's
cover,
so
Valia.
pretty.
I know I'm
Yeah.
obsessed. Just very obsessed. But this is not about me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about your Vela. I'm really excited about this third book coming out. Like you have a lot of good things happening in the writing world
I
and outside
do.
of writing world. You know, the guitar,
Yep.
obviously.
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
But no, I'm excited for you. But yeah, you guys, I will make sure that I will link all the link all the links below.
Link the links.
Link the links.
Link the links.
But I'll leave that all in the description, so you can just click and follow Joanna for sure on Instagram, Joanna _Reeder. So
Mhm.
I was like, how do you say that? That's an underscore, right?
Joanna Reeder was taken, so.
Oh, I mean, it happens sometimes, I guess. But yeah, and all the books will be linked, and Vela will be linked, so make sure you check it out. But thank you so much for being here and answering our random questions.
Thank you.
This was fun.
It
Thank
was
you,
fun.
Joanna.
Yeah, so you guys, before you go, please give us a follow on your favorite podcast platform and on our Instagram at Reading Queens Pod, and then tell your friends and your family members. And yeah, tell everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, strangers on the
Everybody,
street.
just everybody. Who's like,
Spread the
hey.
word.
And then
Yeah.
we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.